Guys, good morning. In Environmental Matters, we're here with Tom Rogers from Vermont Fish and Wildlife and Andy, an intern working with them from UVM this summer. We're talking about how to keep bears wild. And this couldn't have been more timely because I've actually had a couple of incidences of a bear visiting my house this week. People on my Facebook page know that. They've had a lot of great tips, but I want to get the word from the officials. So I got to ask you guys first, is there actually an increase in bear-human conflicts, or is it just because social media makes it seem so?
Well, it's a little bit of combination of each. Our bear population is very high right now. We think it's somewhere in the range of 7,000 individuals in the state. But you're right, social media does play a role in that in terms of really getting the word out, and Front Porch Forum, people are hearing about these a lot more.
So why, then? Why are bears coming to visit us? Why aren't they staying in the woods?
Once bears get access to human areas where food is present and easy to obtain, it's very easy for them to become addicted to this food source, and it's easier to get calories that way than in the wild.
Yeah, so what can we do then to stop that?
The most important thing for people to do is to keep attractants unavailable to bears. So keep your garbage in a bear-proof container or leave it inside until the morning of pickup. Don't feed birds, and protect your property like livestock, chicken coops, and beehives with electric fencing.
So what if we've taken all those measures and we still have a visit from a bear? Is that when it's time to get you guys involved, and what happens then with the bear?
Yeah, so there is a reporting system right on our website. You can tell us if there's been a bear encounter, and we'll respond to you with advice, information. If the bear's been aggressive, we can help you deal with that. But the biggest thing, as Andy mentioned, is really to be proactive and do things ahead of time so that bears are not coming to your yard. And as she mentioned, one of the biggest ones that we find is people who feed birds during the summertime. We refer to bird seed as kind of the gateway drug for bears. Once they get bird seed, they, as she mentioned, become addicted to human foods and keep coming back.
Yikes. So I read in the information that you sent me that often relocating bears doesn't work. A lot of people might think that's the best course of action once you do have a problem. Why is that?
Well, so bears that become habituated have learned that humans equals food. And so pretty much wherever you go in the Northeast in Vermont or anywhere in New England, really, bears can find a yard. It's not that far for them to travel to find someone's backyard and to keep coming back to food. So the biggest key is to not have them associate humans with food in the first place. Relocation is just not an effective means generally, so we prefer to just be proactive and prevent it from becoming a problem in the first place.
So normal incidences then, I guess, would be what I've experienced with digging around in my trash can. Maybe what are some of the extreme incidences or some crazy stories that you've heard?
Bears that get really used to getting food from people will sometimes break into garages or even homes, cars, and in that case, the person should call 911, get to a safe place, and they should be perfectly fine.
Yeah. In those cases, those are the cases where we interact. When the bear's becoming aggressive, sometimes that bear has to be destroyed. Human safety is obviously our highest priority in those instances.
And the bears are scared of humans, right? So if you yell or make a loud noise, is it going to run away? Is it that easy?
That's huge, yeah. So if a bear's in your yard or digging around or things like that, the best thing you can do is try to give it a negative interaction in your yard. Try to scare it away, yell at it, bang pots and pans, make it know that it's not welcome there. It doesn't belong in your yard, it belongs in the wild.
We've talked a lot about what to do at home, but what about if you're out camping or hiking and you see one out in its environment? Then what steps should you take?
If you see a bear in the wild, first you should just try to back away, not disturb the bear, and most of the time that'll be enough. If there's more of a confrontation, you want to look big, make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Okay, and campsites, keep them clean?
Yeah,
standard
always
stuff like
keep it clean. Don't keep food in your tent or out. Leave it in your car.
Interesting. Is there anything else you want people to know about bear-human conflict?
Sure. It's amazing that we get to live in a place like Vermont where wildlife are all around us. As you mentioned, you see bears out in your yard or on hikes or things like that. So it's really a privilege, and we need to do everything we can do to keep bears wild.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you both so much, Annie, Tom, for coming in this morning and speaking to us. This interview will be up on our website, mychamplainvalley.com, and I'll include a link to so you can report your bear sightings if you do have any, like we did. Hopefully ours stays away.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew, local news that matters.